It's a beautiful morning here in Robin Hood's Bay. I stayed at this really posh place, but I just want to show you this. So this is like the shower of drowning here, because there's like, you can get water 3 different ways. From the front, from the top, and from the wand. And this is my posh place I'm staying. And of course I had to close the blinds, but you can see coming up the window here. I come up the street here, and then you can see outside. And I'm gonna walk downstairs. My bag's down there already, but the hosts are wonderful, and I'll show you that in a moment. But check this place out, and check out the staircase here. So probably you'll see this is a house that's been reworked several times and has different levels. And see here, it's closed, yeah. My bag's right there, but this place is neat. And most importantly, when I came down here this morning, I saw this. And matter of fact, it's not as pronounced as it was earlier, but all the sunlight was hitting it right at the right angle, and all this was just alive, like jewels. So we'll hit pause, and we'll take a look at the back. And that's my room there, and this is beautiful. Little latch gate, metal fence, and then if you come around the corner here, they have this parking area, but they also have this really, really neat bistro, or little tea room and tapas place. So this used to be a boathouse, I guess, at one time, where they repaired boats, and then it became a garage. But as you can see, it is really neat. And there's the owners are in here, as you can see them. This place is really top notch. That's the reason why I'm giving it so much airtime. But today I go to York via the bus to start Scarborough. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hi, quick little video here. So I'm here at the Scarborough train station. I got in about 90 minutes before my train and was able to get my ticket in first class. And then saw a few bits of the train, but the town. And so we're just waiting to board here within 10 minutes. I didn't take very many pictures or videos from Robin Hood's Bay here because it was more of the same. And it was kind of exciting riding the double-decker bus up and down these hills and stuff. But can't wait to get to York. Here we go. This man's gonna strike a coin. There you go.
Start with a blank disc there.
Okay.
Line it back up onto the dice. It's your opposite side there.
Okay.
Alright, take the mighty hammer in your there. Ready for loud noise, everyone?
Thank you. Hi, I've been in York for a little bit, so this is kind of the city center a little bit, but I just visited the Jorvik Viking Center, and keeping with their request that they don't want any YouTube video or pictures taken and put it online, because this is their bread and butter, how they maintain money, and tourists coming through looking at the tourists at the Jorvik Center, but it shows you what the excavations found back in the 70s here, and it's on display in the museum. But they have a really cool little animatronic Disney ride to go through, which I found very fascinating and enjoyable, kind of having you go through this section of town that they did the excavation in, including sights, sounds, and smells, which I thought was really neat. So definitely worth the price of admission, and good for an entire year. So bring your receipt back within a year and you get to see it again. So more touristy stuff. I am inside the Guildhall here in York. I guess it's the oldest unaltered Guildhall in England, and it's granted a royal charter to operate and function of textiles and manufactured goods. And so this is part of the original structure here. And also this shows how far off the ground they had to raise the floor in this room because of flooding. And then there's the chapel over here, but they have several marks along the wall because the river is just somewhere nearby, and this area constantly gets flooded. But part of the charter was to care for 13 people in need. And so these little niches here apparently were to provide a place for those people who needed alms and help to store their stuff. So this is a wonderful space. I mean, to see all these old oak beams supporting the floors above, it's pretty amazing. So this is actually a 3-story guild hall, which is, once again, it's the only type. It's only one of its type here in England. There might be smaller ones other places, but 3 stories. The basement, which I'm in, and I get to see the next 2 floors. Here in the second floor, so there's only 2 floors, the undercroft and this floor. And this floor, as you can see, is more at the same level of the street level, but definitely I don't think it's level anywhere in here, but considering how old this place is, but it's amazing just how the roof's been put together and everything's been maintained. And I guess this is a continuing functioning guild. So it's changed over the years, but you can see various past people who have been in charge. And this is wonderful. And there's actually, behind that little screen there is actually a kitchen, so they still have functions and events in here. But this is just amazing that this has been here for this long. And the workmanship. I mean, we're not talking, precision carpentry here, but just putting all this together with all these pieces of oak and pinned together. And there's other things like here, like obviously this was added much later, but this is actually pretty amazing as I'm showing you this. So, and it's actually interesting because there's bits and pieces, like there's some pieces over there that were added in the mid-40s. And matter of fact, there's a little shaft for a wheelchair elevator to bring people up to the second floor. So definitely to try to be inclusive of people with disabilities. So as I'm sharing this with you, this is very lovely and interesting. I'm going to try to soak up the rest of this. They close in about half an hour, but I want to admire the craftsmanship and workmanship of what I'm seeing. So I'm going to get some shots of the exterior here, but it's a wonderful little tour. That right down there, that's the chapel. This is the main hall they built. This is the first floor undercroft. That's the main hall up there. And like I said, it extends. I mean, we're pretty high up, but then it goes down a couple of steps, and the original floor level is even lower than that. Successive flooding of the river and the stream nearby has forced them to raise the level, and you can actually see there's buses up there in the steps, so you can see how they've raised the city up because of flooding, and it still floods. So we'll kind of come around to the end here, and they try to keep the same flavor and feeling to this as they made some extensions to it. And I'm just going to walk around here so you can see it, and probably a fireplace there at one time, and the exposed wooden beams. And I believe, yeah, on this side here, they put some additions onto that, because I believe that over there is part of the meeting space, and this is part of the original entry into the building here. And up to, you can see it's the Merchant's Hall, so up to the certain greeting space, and then the governor's palace or governor's rooms are back over there. But this is kind of neat. I mean, such an old building here in the center of York. So let's go see what else we can discover within closing time of all these places.